Good morning. Welcome to the Marine Corps Support Group meeting of 19 May. Can you all hear me?
There it is.
There we go. Now we're starting to work. I want to welcome you all to the support group meeting. I discovered that today was Armed Forces Day, and we've done this on Armed Forces Day before, but I didn't realize it was coming up today, so I did some research real quickly this morning. Turns out that Armed Forces Day was recognized in August of 1949 by the Secretary of Defense, Lewis Johnson. And that was to create a single day honoring the Army, Navy, and the Air Force, to replace their separate days, and to reflect the recent unification of all the services under the Department of Defense. Be careful what you wish for. The theme for this day is Keeping America Strong and Secure, United in Purpose, Steadfast in Service. Now, having gotten past that wake-up call this morning, I thought that I would remind you that on this date, in 1927, the 11th Marines deployed to Nicaragua for garrison duty. Now, as many of you are aware, during the period between World War I and World War II, we spent a lot of time down in the Caribbean honing our skills, keeping, fresh blood out there. And Captain John Thomason, who was a captain of the infantry in World War I, he wrote a book called Fixed Bayonets, which, if you haven't read, you should. It's an outstanding example of the writings of a very superior officer who could give us his memoirs of World War I as an infantry company commander. And he commented in his book that the uneasy and volatile West Indian and Central American Republic has become acquainted with Marines in a professional way, and their appearance at storm centers has always produced, very presently, a sweet tranquility. Can you imagine Marines causing sweet tranquility? It's what we do best. And of course, here in the Northwest, we recall this date in 1980 when Mount St. Helens erupted, killing 15 and causing great disruption across the region. Also on this date, Lawrence of Arabia passed away, and Jackie Kennedy. Each died on this date. I'd like to go around the room and just introduce new people who have not been here before. I know we've got Phil Jennings, who's going to be our speaker.
Here before.
That's right, you have been here, yeah, but you haven't become a member yet. We're going to work on that. Yeah, we're going to work on that.
No scholarships for you, pal.
Scholarships.
Robo, you want to introduce your guest?
Yes, sir. Sergeant Lewis is with me today. It's always a privilege and a pleasure in my job to work with high-quality students. Today, joining us, Sergeant Lewis is a senior. He graduates in August. He's a double major, poli-sci, as well as Swedish studies with a 3.86 cumulative GPA. He also still runs a 300 on his PFD. He's way out in front of me, and he's a mentor to many students. So it's nice to have him here today.
And Ed, you have a couple of guests.
I do.
Okay, this is a commercial for wearing your Marine Corps gear, right? I told a couple of you this story. Last Sunday, we had a Mother's Day walk down in the park by our house, and I see this guy, not as old as I am, wearing a Marine Corps t-shirt. And I tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Excuse me, are you a Marine?" And he turned around and said, "No, but my son is." And so I said, "So who were you with? What did you do?" He said, "I was in 3-1. I said, "You see this hat? I had on my 3rd Battalion 1st Marines hat." So this is Garrett and Emily Ware. Okay, so they're our guests today. And Garrett did 3 pumps to Iraq with 3-1, and then came home, went to the University of Washington, got his degree in Law, Society, and Justice, and is now currently looking for employment. So everybody bear that in mind, okay? Okay, so look.
All right.
I have a guest with me today, Awesome, first name, last name Allen. I met him in 2000. Him and my son were in the same reserve unit. They were PFCs together. They kind of served together for 7 years. Lawson was my son's best man at his wedding. And Lawson has recently returned to our area after graduating from law school at Cornell. And he's also a University of Washington graduate, double major in, I'll let you say it,
History and American Indian Studies.
So Wassum's back with us and getting ready to take the bar exam in July.
Most of you don't know me, and for most of you that's good. But I want to introduce the two gentlemen. One's just graduating and the other